Hi everybody, it's Professor Wade Bradford here, talking to my English 1A students and anybody else that wants to listen. Today we are brainstorming. So, my English 1A students, I hope you guys are doing well, by the way. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense as I try to figure out the best ways to teach via the internet and on Canvas and things like that. I'm currently reading your essays, and so far I'm enjoying them very much. Here's what we're doing today. Today, we are brainstorming. We are coming up with different ideas, and so I have a journal activity for you. I basically have some questions for you. And I want you to have your journal handy, and that could be the old-fashioned journal that you write in by hand, but you also might want to write this on the computer or on your phone, because you are going to send me these answers. I would like to have these answers before our spring break begins. So if you could send them to me by Friday I don't know what date that is. Friday, April 3rd. So I would like it by Friday, April 3rd. By the way, I hope you're enjoying the view of this is my office at home. So it's just as messy as my office at work. But this is a good place to do my creative writing projects, and this is where I go to grade my essays. Right now the dogs are sleeping. She's still alive, trust me. The dogs are sleeping around here because we just took them for a walk, and so now I'm ready to get to work with you. So, what are we doing brainstorming-wise? Well, I'm going to be giving you some questions, and I'm going to take these questions and I'm going to give you a research prompt. I'm not going to give this prompt to you until after our spring break, but these questions that I have here, these will be what I want you to answer. And if you are just watching my YouTube channel and you are not one of my students, I think that these questions are good to answer just so you can kind of brainstorm some ideas. I'm basically trying to find out what my students are interested in, and then I will be giving you your very own tailor-made prompt for a research paper, for a research paper. We'll talk more about the research paper after spring break, but this is what I need from you now. So you ready? So here's how this can best work. I'm going to read you the questions, and I've got all the questions on the list. So if you just want to refer to that list in the comments section, you can. I'm also sending it to you on Canvas, but I want to talk about these with you to make sure that you really understand them. So that's why I'm making this video instead of just presenting a list of questions. And I also like listening to myself talk, so that's good too. The other thing about this, so since I'm going to ask a question, what you might want to do is after I ask a question, then pause and write down your answer. So we're calling this Project 5, meaning that I'm giving you questions and I want you to come up with 5 answers. I want you to aim for 5 answers in your journal. If it turns out that one of these questions you're not able to give 5 answers, a list of 5 things, that's okay, it's not that big of a deal. And if you give me more than 5, that's wonderful as well. But we're aiming for 5. So here's the first one, all right? The first one. I want you to list. This is all about listing, and you don't need to explain anything that's on the list. Just list it. If you want to give explanations, you can, but just list it. Okay, so I want you to list 5 places you would love to visit. That's the first one. 5 places you would love to visit. Now, these could be places that you've visited before and you want to visit again. They can certainly be places you've never been to before and you've always dreamed about going. They can be all around the globe. They can be, you could say a country, or like, Scotland or whatever, or you could say a particular place, particular town in Scotland, or a particular castle in Scotland. So it's as specific or as general as you want to state, and maybe you're saying maybe it's something very personal, like you want to visit your grandmother's old farm that she grew up in. So 5 places you would love to visit. If you would, hit pause so you can answer those 5. All right, did you hit pause? Go ahead and hit pause. Or maybe you're done. All right, so I'm going to assume that you've done those 5, right? Here are the next 5. This one's fun. 5 time travel destinations. 5 time travel destinations. So for this one, list 5 things, 5 places that you would love to visit if you could travel back in time or into the future. So if you just want to go back in time 3 weeks ago to warn yourself about the coronavirus to stock up on toilet paper, you could do that. I personally would love to travel back in time and save John Lennon's life. So I would travel back to 1980 and I'd punch his assassin and I'd save John Lennon, and we'd become best friends, and I'd help get the Beatles back together, and we'd have new Beatles music, all thanks to Time Traveling Wade. If there's any place in history that you wanted to visit, or if there's any destination in the future you'd like to see, just list the dates or the years. So 5 time travel destinations. And in case you're wondering, if you're worried about messing up the space-time continuum, don't worry about it. Like, if you could go back and interact in your imagination, you could go back and interact with history if you want to. Like if you want to get rid of Hitler, it's probably more important than saving John Lennon, but I made my choice already. But you could also just go back as an observer, so you're not at risk with interfering with things. So, and you'd be safe in your imagination. So, using your imagination, list 5 time travel destinations. Go ahead and pause the video now to list those 5 time travel destinations. All right, this next part of the list is going to go pretty quickly because I think it's pretty simple. I would like you to list 5 of your favorite animals. All right, list 5 of your favorite animals. Maybe they could be pets, they could be wild exotic animals. It seems like the nation has been watching Tiger King on Netflix, so maybe it's something exotic that you shouldn't own as a pet. But 5 animals, 5 of your favorite animals. All right, you got that list? 5 of your favorite animals. The next one, 5 of your favorite film or TV shows. So 5 favorite movies or TV shows. This could be something that you watch all the time. Maybe it's something that you've only seen once and it had a deep impact on you. Maybe it's the movie Deep Impact about an asteroid. But 5 films or TV shows. Again, you don't need to put why they are your favorites. If you want to do an explanation, you can. So 5 film or TV shows. The next one, your 5 songs that you admire. Now, I was going to do 5 favorite songs. There's a lot of pressure for favorite songs, movies, things, books, and stuff like that. So 5 songs that you admire. Maybe they're songs that you're listening to right now. Maybe it's a particular artist that you love this artist's music. But notice that I said 5 songs, right? Not types of music. Not bands or musicians, but particular songs I'd like to know. So if you could list the name of the song, if you want to include the artist also, that's fine. But 5 songs that you admire. All right, you got that? Pause if you need to. We've just gone over, so far we've done 5 places you would like to visit, 5 time travel destinations, 5 of your favorite animals, 5 of your favorite film or TV shows, and 5 favorite songs. We got 5 things. Guess how many we have to do on this list? We have 10 more, total of 15 things. So pause if you need to pause. All right, next up, I want you to list 5 things that make you angry. 5 things that make you angry. Now, these could be things this could be vague. You could say, injustice makes me angry. That's fine. You could put that. But it could also be the parking at Moorpark College makes me angry. So when I say angry, it could be like just blatant outrage, but it could also be just things that annoy you. So these could be funny things. These could be very important things. These could be global issues. They could be personal things. You know, you could say you're Pam or whoever, just someone that just makes you angry. That's fine. Again, you don't need to explain. Just put whatever is on your list of 5 things that make you angry. Pause that if you need to pause it. Have you paused it? Excellent. Now we're moving on to the next one. 5 things that scare you. 5 things that scare you. So this could be any phobia. So if you don't like spiders or if you don't like sharks, I'm not a big fan of sharks. So things that scare you in that way, or maybe it's flying on airplanes, or maybe it's things that scare you, maybe it's commitment or something like that. So 5 things that scare you. A lot of us will probably put coronavirus on that list, so feel free to do so. But whatever's on your list, 5 things that scare you. Pause if you need to pause. Next up, 5 things that fill you with a sense of wonder. 5 things that fill you with a sense of wonder. So maybe this is a particular, now you could just, again, you could put general things like nature, but I love it when students give specific details. So maybe it's a particular place in nature. Maybe it's the Devil's Tower in Wyoming, or the Grand Canyon, or something like that. And when I say fill you with wonder, and again, that could be maybe it's certain emotions. Maybe it's, falling in love for the first time. Or maybe it's, looking at the moon through your grandfather's telescope. So these could be memory things. These could be just ideas, concepts, but something that gives you a sense of wonder or awe or amazement. All right, so 5 things that fill you with wonder. Pause and come back and fill out the list. Come back when you're done filling out the list. Next up, 5 things that make you laugh, or if you don't laugh that much, 5 things that bring you joy. So let's focus on the happy stuff. What are 5 things that make you laugh out loud? And again, it could be something vague. Maybe you're just saying comedy films, or maybe it's a particular Jim Carrey movie, Ace Ventura, or something like that. Or maybe kids in general make you laugh or bring you joy, or maybe there's a particular niece or nephew that you have that brings you joy. So list 5 things that bring you joy. All right, pause when you need to pause and come back to this video when you're ready for the next 5. Okay, next up, I want you to list 5 activities or accomplishments that make you proud. So what are 5 things that you are very good at, or 5 accomplishments that you've done where it's like, hey, I did a good job, or hey, I didn't think I would do that, or maybe it could be, again, sort of life events that we're used to hearing about making us proud, getting our first job or graduating high school. So those things are great, but it could also be maybe you learned how to juggle this week while you were in quarantine. So 5 things that are either accomplishments or activities where you feel like, I do pretty well at that. And again, it doesn't have to be anything that's going to win an award. If you're really good at taking naps, put that down as something that you're proud of. All right, you got that? 5 things that make you proud, or 5 activities or accomplishments that make you proud. Once you are done with that, we're ready for the next one. I hope you're pausing these when you need to pause them. All right, 5 things that you would love to learn or learn about. So maybe there are certain languages you would love to learn, or certain skills. I have somewhere in here. Years ago, I played this game called Guitar Hero. Don't worry, I'm not going to play. You know why not? Because I played Guitar Hero. I was like, I'm pretty good at Guitar Hero. I'm going to play this for real. I bought this guitar, and I've never learned how to play it. But I would like to, and I should probably be learning how to play it now that I have more time on my hands. But you know what? I'm probably not going to. I'm working on a new children's book. Anyway, so are there certain things? Maybe it's a musical instrument. Maybe it's a language. Maybe it's a topic. Maybe you want to learn more about World War II history, or whatever it is. What are certain things that you would love to learn about, or activities, skills that you would love to learn how to develop? Are we ready for the next one? Again, pause these things, go back, write down the 5 ones, and then get ready to move on. Here is the next one. List 5 questions that you would love answered, or 5 mysteries that you would love to be solved. So these could be, when I say questions, these could be philosophical questions. Is there life after death? Is New York pizza better than Chicago pizza? Those big philosophical questions. And when we say mysteries, those could be like, does Bigfoot really exist? No. But, are there ancient aliens that built pyramids? They could be those kind of mysteries, or they could be like crime mysteries. So if anybody follows crime documentaries and you have a particular question or mystery that you feel is unsolved, so these are good for that. So questions or mysteries that you want answered or solved, give me 5 of them. If you need to go online and think of some of those things, feel free to pause, look online, look up some questions or mysteries, unsolved mysteries and things like that, and then come back when you've got your journal entry filled out with 5 questions or mysteries. All right, ready for the next one? We're almost done. We've got 3 more to go. This one's one of my favorite ones. I would like you to list 5 dream jobs. Now, this is for you in particular, 5 dream jobs. If you could have any sort of career that you want, what would it be? So it could be, and again, be as specific as you want to be. You could say doctor, or you could say, oh, I specifically want to be an anesthesiologist. You know, so these could be dream jobs that you are actively pursuing, that you are doing something right now. You're going to college and you're trying to get your degree because you want to become what, right? So it could be that kind of dream job, or that kind of an actual dream that you have. But it could also be something that it's like you're not really planning on it, you're not really striving it, but wow, it'd be really good to be, you know, the manager of your favorite baseball team, or, you know, what a movie director or something like that. So again, these could be goals that you have and you are actively pursuing, or they could just be sort of daydream kind of jobs. It's like, wow, that would be an amazing job to have, even if you are not pursuing it. So list 5 dream jobs. When you're done with that, continue on to the next one. We ready? This is the penultimate one. List 5 nightmare jobs. So 5 jobs that you was good. Did you ever watch the show Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe? He goes through, a lot of jobs, it's like, oh, well, that's a pretty interesting job, but most of them are working in sewers or getting your hands all oily and stuff like that. So for me personally, those are nightmare jobs. One of the reasons why I'm an English teacher is because I don't want to work down in the dirt and stuff like that. I'm not good at that. So that would be a nightmare job for me, working in the sewer. But what are nightmare jobs for you? Are there certain types of people or types of animals or types of situations in which you would not want to work? Are you afraid of heights? Then you probably don't want to paint bridges or be a window washer of skyscrapers. So what are 5 nightmare jobs for you? All right, pause that if you need to pause it. All right, this is the last one. I would like you to list 5 problems that you would like to fix. Well, maybe not you personally. Let's imagine that it's 5 problems that you would like these problems to be fixed. We've already written an argument essay in which you proposed a change, right? You told us that a problem exists and you suggested what kind of solution. But there are many other problems that you might be on your mind, and I want to know what things are going on these could be personal problems. These could be things that are going on directly in your world. Like, so maybe it's like, oh, I'd love to have my credit cards paid off, or no student loans. But they could also be problems that are going around in your neighborhood, your city, your county, your state, your nation, or throughout the world. Again, the coronavirus is probably one of the problems that we would like to have solved, and you can put that one down. But in addition to that, what are other problems that you wish could be fixed? That if you could snap your fingers or work together with a group, you could solve these problems. What problems? What 5 problems? All right, so that's it. So what I'd like you to do is type up, if you haven't done so already, type up a list on your computer in a document form and email this to me. You students know my email address. So email it to me anytime between now and Friday would be great. And that way over spring break, I can look over your top 5 list. That way over spring break, I can look over your list and I can develop some ideas for your research papers. So that's it. I hope everything's going well with you, and I miss hanging out with you guys, and we'll make the best of things, so I will talk to you soon.